I'm Kavita. I'm from Chennai, India. As a person, I wear different hats. I'm involved in the marketplace, but I'm also a pastor, and I also run a non-profit called Women of Worth. So I wear different hats, and yeah, so that's who I am. It was one of the, life-changing moments for me. Being involved in the spheres that I am already involved in during the COVID-19 times, Movement Scholars started off online, and I was part of it, and it was an honor and a privilege to be part of this learning community, and that really transformed the way I thought about myself as a person in city movement. I was kind of connected to my city movement and did believe in it, but what Movement Scholars actually did is it gave me language to what I can do with the passion that I carry in my heart, and that is to help women, and the voice that I carry for the church, for women to be empowered, for women to be trained for leadership. Actually, Scholars Program actually lifted that opportunity for me, made it clear for me. So I was just listening to this person called Letitia Shelton speak on what she was doing in Toowoomba in Australia, and at the same time I had read Mac Pierce's book on a disruptive gospel.
Yes.
And so all these things came together for me, and I felt the Spirit of God kind of nudging me and saying, you need to do something called Disruptive Women in my region, in India. And so I was just sitting there thinking about it, and later as I began to speak to some of the movement leaders in India, they were very encouraging, and actually we birthed a movement called Disruptive Women, and from India it has now become a part of South Asia, and it's been an exciting journey for me. And today I want to look back from the last, it was in 21, last 4 years, and say that was a defining moment for the next decade of my life, India is considered to be one of the most dangerous places in the world for women and girls. And as you know, the borders of India, you see a lot of human trafficking, very visibly, openly happening. And you see a lot of violence, institutionalized violence against women, domestic violence. It's regionally, we are known, unfortunately, for, being very unsafe for women and the girl child. And even today, when you talk about family structure, women very often don't have a voice. It's been stripped. They have a voice,
right,
but it's been stripped. And so sometimes you find the same culture and the pattern of the worldview even within the church. We somehow have carried that culture into the church as well. And so Disruptive Women is that voice that is kind of nudging the church, nudging church leaders, city movement leaders. Where are the women in our city movements? Where are the women in leadership, at the leadership tables? For my city, yes, we have a thriving Disruptive Women's chapter, and we've been doing something called the Esther Challenge the last 3 years, where during the month of March, where there's Women's Day, Women's History Month, we welcome churches to celebrate women, and not just celebrate women, to study the gaps in communities, in families. What are the needs women are facing, women have, and how can we address them? And we also encourage churches to equip women. About 18 different cities have signed up to do Esther Challenge in their cities. So we're really excited about what God is doing with this small seed. A very small effort that has taken root, and it is now kind of beginning to take shape and grow